Yes, I'm alive. I am alive. I am here. What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am DL. This is another edition of my life. Man, it feels good to say that again. It's been a while since we had a DL's live. But we are back in it. And not only that, I am once again taking over movie madness and entertainment. Today, we have a big, jam packed spoiler stream for you guys tonight. We are getting back into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're going to deep dive all into the newest installment of Marvel called The Marvels. And join with me today, I have a jam packed panel. I am so excited to have all these people here. First of all, we have the Mad himself, Mad Max. How's it going, sir?
Thanks for having me. Wow, I wish I woke up from naps like that. That's a lot of energy. You must really like the Marvels.
We'll look into that. We'll get to that stuff. But yeah, that is why I was late. I pulled a max. I
No, that's
dozed
not a
off.
thing. Don't say that. No, there's no such thing as
That's
pulling
a.
back.
I think that's a verb now, or an adjective, or whatever it is.
No, no, that's a thing. That's a
What are you
thing.
talking about? I don't take a nap after work and I go on a walk. At least Friday I did.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, also joining with us today, we have Blue Jay, and he has a new superpower. I didn't know we could do
You go
that.
Super Saiyan.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, also returning back to the channel, finally, I have her back on. I miss this woman so much. We have Rhea, the Glimmering Harpy. How's it going, my dear?
Good evening, y'all. It's nice to be back, dusting off the old public speaking skills, kind of.
I'm so glad you could be on again. And finally, I have fellow YouTuber, Resident Justice.
Hello. Hey, how's everyone doing?
Good. I'm glad you could be on as well. It's been a
Yeah,
minute.
no, I appreciate you inviting me on. Should be an interesting conversation tonight. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Yes. Before we begin, let us say hello to the chat because we have a lot of people. We have the George. He says, "Happy Sunday, everyone. Remember to show DL some love." Oh, I appreciate you, George. I'm glad you could be here. We have Jacob Mackenzie, the takeover. Yes, it is the takeover of DL. Yes, absolutely. Let's see, we have Darkness Under the Wind. We have that's definitely a thing with the pull the backs. That's funny. Okay, we have Daniel Martin. What is he saying? StreamYard moving up in the world. Is it? What? Oh, because of Blue Jay's superpower. Can I do that? Oh, let me see.
It's actually my camera doing that, not the StreamYard. I discovered that.
Oh, okay.
See, look,
Ah.
watch, like that's my camera doing that. I never knew that.
Oh, I thought because y'all were talking about StreamYard last time you did it. I was like, oh, is that a StreamYard
I
thing?
have no idea. I tested it on a different software. This is my camera. I was like, $100, cool feature, I guess.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, well, without further ado, we have made the people wait long enough. So let us get into the Marvels. And as always, if you didn't read what the stream said, this is a spoiler-filled discussion. We're going to be talking about the newest film, The Marvels, as if you've already seen it. So if you have not seen The Marvels, I would suggest you go watch it and come back and listen to this. But
But
you
what
know,
came
huh?
here for spoilers because they don't want to watch the movie.
Oh, unfortunately, yes, we do have some of those people that refuse to watch the movie and just want to hear our spoiler thoughts on it. Hey, it's your money. Do what you want to do with it. You want to be spoiled. You don't care. I'm glad you could be here. But from this point forward, you can't blame us because you have been warned. Okay, so where do we begin with this? Where do we
Well,
begin?
The
well,
best since Infinity War. That's where we begin.
Well, no, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
I think
Actually,
the people just want to know what DL thought of the movie before.
Isn't
sure,
it like
I will. Huh?
isn't it the greatest comic movie of all time? Like said the same thing about the Flash and stuff like that. Is that what I've been hearing? Holy shoot!
Not quite. Not exactly.
Well, let's hear what the main man himself saying there. DL, go ahead.
Right. But before I give my thoughts, of course, I have to give the whole preamble. What were my expectations going into this film we got here? So it's no joke. It's no secret that since Endgame, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been kind of rocky, to say the least. Kind of rocky. Phase 4, I think everyone could agree, is probably the weakest phase of Marvel so far. Even if you enjoy some of the projects, it's definitely not the quality that it was in the first 3 phases. And then we were hoping that, come phase 5, they were going to get back on track. Get back on track. Feige is aware of, he's been stretched too thin with phase 4, and then phase 5, we're going to get back to how we were, or start to get in a better direction. And then Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania came out, and we were like, oh no. I was not a fan of Quantumania at all, and this is coming from someone who was a big fan of the first 2 Ant-Man movies. They introduced our quote unquote big baddie of Phase 5, and it was Kang the Conqueror, played by Jonathan Majors. I enjoyed him as Kang, but I thought he was completely misplaced in that film. Sorry, he wasn't miscast, because I thought he did play a good Kang, but yeah, completely misrepresented in that film. And overall, the film was just a mess. And then Jonathan Majors is having his own controversy behind the scenes, with legal stuff. We're not going to get into in this live stream. And then there was Secret Invasion. Probably one of the worst shows.
Yeah.
I love Secret Invasion. I love it.
I'm glad you love it. I could not stand it.
Samuel L. Jackson.
That show broke me.
That's
I am
eerie.
so sorry. You guys know how much I dislike the Marvel
Hey,
shows up to that
what's
point.
wrong with that, Blue Jay? That's
We're not getting to it right now. But yeah, Secret Invasion almost broke me. I was already not a big fan of Secret Invasion. I mean, of the Marvel shows in general, and then Secret Invasion just literally, I felt like my intelligence was insulted for 5 hours watching that show. So it was not on great footing.
it had a good villain.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Did this man say there was a good villain?
That guy Skrull. Was a good
What
villain.
was his character? What was his motivation?
His motivation is Broken Promises by Nick Fury.
But what was his character?
I don't know his character's name.
You don't know his character's name,
remember.
and
I
you're
can't
saying that
remember his name.
he's a good
was a
villain. He's a
great
good
actor.
Stop it. Get some help.
I don't remember his name, but he was intimidating. He was good villain. I understood where he's coming from. I don't agree with his methods.
Well, what was his plan?
He was a terrorist. He's a terrorist.
Do you remember what his plan
What's
was?
his plan? Please tell me.
To find a place for the Skrulls.
You serious?
Yeah, I'm serious, J. Jonah Jameson. I don't like these clips. He was to make the planet safe for the Skrulls. I don't remember everything. I have to rewatch it, honestly.
So wait, Max, did you like when the final confrontation with the villain wasn't actually with Sam Jackson, it was with the Gaia, who got a Drax arm and flexed it and turned into a giant CGI
if
battle?
you know about Super Skrulls, that's kind of what I was expecting. That a little bit. Yeah, it looked a little cheesy, but it's still good action.
But we didn't even get the this is not Secret Invasion.
Not Secret Invasion, no.
But I'm just saying, we didn't even get a final confrontation between him and Fury. They robbed us of even that.
Yeah, I can understand that. That's a good criticism. Yeah.
For that, I'm going to give you one more clip. One more.
Listen, every word of what you just said was wrong.
I'm sorry. That was man. We have a lot of hot takes, and it's not even the hot takes show today. But anyway, so yeah, that I thought at that point Marvel didn't know what they were in a really bad spot, and of course there was going to be some people that are in denial. Like, how many bad projects is it going to take for y'all to be like Marvel needs to change? That I would just like. I'm not saying that Marvel is like um done for. I'm not saying that Marvel can't recover from this, but it's clear they needed to make changes like now, yesterday. So then we get to this film, The Marvels, and I my expectations were very low to the ground. I'm gonna be very honest with you. You guys know how I feel about Captain Marvel. We don't have to go into a rant about that, but I was not a fan of it. I wasn't. I'm sorry. I know there's some people that like it, and that's fine. They like Brie Larson, and that is fine. For me, she's probably the most boring hero of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I don't like Brie Larson as an actor. I'm so sorry. I don't care about what she has to say about her politics. I don't care about this whole woke stuff that everyone's mad about with her. I don't care about that. I just don't care for her as an actress. And I know everyone's gonna be like, Room, watch Room, watch Room. She was great in Room. I'm like, okay, can you give me any other example other than Room?
She was in that show on Apple TV Plus called Lessons in Chemistry. She's pretty good.
I liked her in Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim.
She was
and
so
then
forgettable in Scott Pilgrim.
21 Jump Street
He was
reboot,
good
I
in
think.
the 21 Jump Street movie.
I forgot she was in 21 Jump Street. Jesus. Okay. Well, she was okay in that too. Like, and then and she was in Kong Skull Island, and I was okay. She was
Oh
okay
yeah, I
in
like
that.
that one.
But yeah, it's just like as Captain Marvel, she is not doing it for me. She's not, and they were hyping her up so much that she was going to be so important in Avengers Endgame, only for her to get Falcon punched by Thanos, and that was it. Great. Okay. So I wasn't really looking forward to seeing more from her, but like I was always hoping that she will get better from her performance. And surprisingly enough, the one thing I've seen her in recently that I was like, you know what? She wasn't that bad was in Fast X. Out of any
I
project
didn't
like
see that one. yet.
Fast X, I was like, oh, I actually kind of liked her in that. But so
Okay.
hopefully, if she brings any type of energy from that for Captain Marvel going forward, I might actually like her a little bit more. And then there's Miss Marvel. Man, I love Miss Marvel. That's actually one of the few shows that I actually really liked from Marvel. Was and I actually really like her as a character,
It had
Kamala
a lot of
Khan.
energy. It had a lot of energy with the animation. Everything was different. Felt different.
But most importantly, Iman Vellani playing Kamala, like she's just so charming. She's so funny. She's so likable. So it's like I thought they did a home run with that show, but not a lot of people watched it, which was a shame.
I do. I love that show.
Yeah, we all watched it here, but as far as you're asking the general movie going audience and the regular Marvel people, there's a lot of people that haven't watched the show, which is a shame. But I thought she was really good. They changed her powers from the comics. I didn't really care about that, because she was well written and I was invested in her journey, so it was fine for me. And then we have Monica Rambeau, and we seen her in Captain Marvel when she was a little
Oh, we
kid.
know you like Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, that Rambudick. No, just kidding. I am so kidding. I know I made a joke about that, but in all seriousness, she was also in WandaVision, and she didn't really do much in WandaVision. There wasn't really any standout moments with her, and they teased that she got her powers in that show, and she didn't do anything in that with that. So it's like, okay, great. So now they're going to make a movie about an overhyped character that doesn't have a lot of personality, this teenage girl that with the show that nobody watched, and a supporting character from a different show that barely did anything. Wow, that's a recipe for success, don't you think? So when we saw the marketing for this movie, it wasn't really good. It wasn't very good at all.
I agree with that.
This was some of the worst marketing Marvel has done for a film. I had no idea what the movie was about other than, oh, they are all switching powers like Freaky Friday, and that's about it. That's all they gave us. So it did really give me a motivation to want to see this in theaters. Am I going to see it in theaters? Yeah, but if you ask like a lot of people, there's a lot of people that are like, maybe I'll go see it, or no, I'll just wait for it to come on Disney Plus because the trailers don't look that great. That's what's the consensus for a lot of people, and that's different because for the most part, people will go see a Marvel film regardless. But this is the one project where people were like, I don't know. I guess I'll wait. I'll wait. Like that's really bad. That's really bad. And also, this movie's gonna bomb. Unfortunately, it's going to underperform. Um, it's very unfortunate. Like I'm not preying on this movie's downfall. I never have. I want this movie to succeed.
I disagree. I don't think it's gonna. I think it's certainly gonna underperform what they want, but I think because you have a bright spot of where these characters could go, that it's going to do better on the end numbers and weeks than like a DC movie, because DC, I think everyone, even the normies, pretty much know these aren't going anywhere. But you're probably going to see these characters again, so I think that's going to help it worldwide. It's still going to underperform what they want, but I think it's going to. I think it might do better because there's not another superhero movie till Aquaman 2 as well. I think it's going to do. I think it's going to do okay on the following weeks. I might be wrong, but I think it'll be all right.
I would say no, because next weekend it's losing all of its premium screens to Hunger Games. And
Hunger Games. If Hunger Games is a thing, I didn't realize.
It comes out next weekend, and it's supposed to open pretty much almost at least 50 to 60 million. It's gonna dominate the Marvels. Sadly.
Boy.
So I don't think this movie's making any money back.
Yeah, I hope you're right, Max, that it will start to get some legs, but it is not.
Well, what if I see it one more time? Isn't that going to help?
Oh, great. I appreciate you giving it $12 more dollars.
No, it's with his AMC subscription, so he's not
you could be
paying
like that one guy
than,
from that meme where he met
there you go.
Order, hey, I saw your movie 15 times. Yeah, now I'm talking about that one meme, that guy.
What if I go see it every day for the rest of the year?
You are not going to see it every day for the rest of the year.
Well, there goes your life savings, Max.
What do you mean I'm on A-list? What do you mean my life savings? I'm on A-list, my AMC A-list.
Oh my gosh, this is the same argument of when studios put movies day and date release on their streaming service. Like come on now. But yeah, like Daniel Martin says in the chat, 47 million opening weekend. It's opening lower than The Flash. That's not good. It's not good at all. But I'm hoping you're right that it will start to get some legs, because another thing with the rating for this film, starting out, it was looking very, very bad. It started out at a 52% on Rotten Tomatoes. It went up to 62, right? I think it's at 61, 62% now.
Yeah, and then the cinema score came out from the audience.
Yeah, so
which I think it was a B, which was the lowest. It's tied the lowest Marvel Cinema Score with Quantumania, but it's on par with The Flash and Quantumania.
I'm sorry to interrupt the flow of the conversation, but something that's been really frustrating me on the whole entertainment community on YouTube is like things that they know a lot of people don't like. They can't even admit that they like it. They're like, well, it wasn't hot garbage. How many times have you heard that during the reactions to this movie?
Yes, a lot of people.
I'm like, I can't stand when people say that. I'm like, if you liked it, you don't have to preface it with that. You're just preparing yourself so you don't go with the trending opinion that people don't like it. Well, it wasn't horrible. I'm just getting sick of that myself.
No, I get you, and I've seen a lot of that. I was going to say, like, when we started getting early reviews on, well, actually there's no early reviews because they lifted the review embargo the day before the movie came out, and I was like, oh, that means they do not have faith in this movie. But
I disagree.
Okay.
Usually yes, but the hostility towards this specific character, it would be smart either way, even if you had a gold mine of a movie. Just release the movie. That's what I think, anyways, because there's extreme hostility towards this character online.
I guess,
and through the fan base.
I guess so, which is unfortunate. Like, regardless of how I feel about Brie Larson and the character of Captain Marvel, like, she does not deserve all the vitriol that she's been getting online. She does not. Like it's gotten way out of proportion, and I'm not supportive of that. But yeah, but like when the reviews came out, a lot of people said that, well, it's very mixed response, more towards the negative. A lot of people saying that this is the worst film that Marvel has put out. Um, and some people just calling it for the most positive reviews I've heard about it is that it's good turn your brain off action spectacle. That's all it is. Turn your brain off. That's the most positive reviews I've heard. That, oh, it's surface level entertainment. Oh boy, are we are in for a ride today, aren't we? So I'm just going in hoping that it's not, a complete disaster. I'm not expecting this movie to be good, but I don't know. It's just this is the last thing Marvel needs right now, and it's such a shame because this is also not what Miss Marvel and Monica Rambeau need right now. Because they're just being introduced in the MCU from TV shows. So this is their first big movie debut, and you give them this. And also, I'm a fan of the director too. What's her name? Nia
Nia
DaCosta.
DaCosta. I recently saw her 2021 remake of Candyman, and I thought she did a good
I
job.
want to see that. I still haven't seen that. I heard it was good.
Yeah, I thought she did a really good job directing that film. And like, you give her this, and I'm like, this is not good for her either. So it's just like, I don't know, man. I just went into that hoping for the best, but not expecting very much.
Is there also a factor where Marvel they kind of missed the boat on introducing a new character too? Like that formula has always really helped with some of these movies too. Like we've seen these characters each in something else before: WandaVision, Marvel 1, Captain Marvel 1, and the Miss Marvel. Where if they hinted or had a new superhero appear, that would really help a little bit.
Honestly, yeah. And then, like, for people that haven't watched the shows, haven't watched WandaVision or Miss Marvel, will this movie do a good job introducing um, Kamala and Monica enough for people to be invested? But only time will tell. So I did see this last night as of this live stream, and everyone has been waiting for my thoughts.
Yeah, extremely long wait.
Clearly,
Yeah.
you love the movie.
Okay, here we go, folks.
Uh-oh.
What did I think about Miss Marvel? How did I feel?
Wow, that's a lot of buildup.
Yeah, you gotta build the anticipation. You gotta build. The
Just,
anticipation.
come on, just say.
I'm
Just
gonna
say,
hold
come
my
on.
breath.
Okay, I like the movie.
What?
Oh yes.
Holy! Oh my God! I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. Holy crap! Oh my God!
Yeah,
Is this
adjust your
another universe?
Yeah, don't adjust your television sets. Yes, I said that. Let me hold on. Let me put myself solo. I'll say it again.
Uh-oh.
I liked this movie.
Great.
Oh my God!
I can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth. I enjoyed myself. And also, I have to say off the gate. Hold on, I gotta put myself in solo one more time.
Oh,
one more
boy,
time.
I
Hold
like
on, because
being
y'all
solo.
not gonna believe this. Y'all gonna think you're in a different multiverse right now.
I do.
I actually liked Brie Larson.
What? Holy shit! What the? Oh my God! What is
Yes,
happening?
Brie Larson as Captain Marvel was good in this movie.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. This is a
So
different.
now
yeah,
you guys
we're
know
gonna
that I'm not just a hater. You guys know I'm not.
Wait,
just a
did what
hater now
happened at the end
because
of Loki season 2 really happen, and this is a different
See, I don't smoke weed, but am I high?
You sure? I've seen a lot of behavior that leads me to believe you might. No, I'm just kidding.
guys, like, you have no idea how crazy it is for me to even say this. Like, I was expecting to hate this. I'm going to be very honest with you. I wasn't going into it wanting to hate it, but I was expecting it to be utter trash. And like Lily, I'm just sitting there watching it and I'm like, I don't hate this. I don't hate this. Oh, that's actually funny. Oh, there's actually some good chemistry with the three main actresses. Oh my god, this is some really cool action going on. Like the
And the
whole
singing
time.
planet is awesome.
Now, okay, hold on.
I tried.
No.
Hold on,
to
hold
not
on, hold on,
put that
hold
in
on
there.
now, hold on now. That
We're
being
spoilers.
said, that being said, I did enjoy watching this. However,
Oh, here we go.
this is not a good movie. It's not. It's a mess. I agree with most of the criticism I'm hearing. It is a mess. It's weirdly edited. The plot is just thrown together. The villain is terrible. Terrible. We're gonna get into that. But
She's better than a CGI super villain. You know that usually can happen in super. I put her above that.
Well, even
that's
a,
comparing shit to a booger.
even a
But
CGI villain can be well written. That's not a villain's a villain. You gotta have a good written villain, if it's CGI or not.
They did a
So
bait and switch with her character redemption arc. I was really optimistic about it,
Oh,
but then yeah, they did a gotcha and then
yeah,
she disappeared from the movie like, less than a minute later.
yeah.
It was really confusing though how that happened because she just sort of poofed and I was like, well, she has both of the bands and she's going to go, try and like absorb the sun from some planet. I think it was was it Miss Marvel's planet or no, Captain Marvel's planet or somewhere
it was
like
the
yeah she had
Kree.
already
Yeah.
yeah
This,
she had
this
already like
where the
absorbed all
scrolls
the
where those scrolls were. I think right.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Oh.
yeah, so I was just a little confused why she evaporated in space. But when Miss Marvel had both the gauntlets, she was able to wield them like no problem. So yeah, I don't know if they explained that and maybe I missed it, but what are
I
y'all's
think because
thoughts?
she's a Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and Monica are all superhuman mutant type humans, where the Kree are they're strong, but I don't know if they're necessarily a super. I was trying to think back to Captain Marvel 1, where the Kree in that they didn't necessarily have Captain Marvel's powers either, did they? I can't remember. Jude Law,
No, they didn't.
yeah.
Like her power mostly came from the that huge sledgehammer, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, like it's not the Power Stone this time. It's like it's the what's it, the bracelet. It's another bracelet thing that's very similar to Miss Marvel's bracelet because there's two of them, and so she used that to power the staff. Um, so and then she needs both staffs because this is how dumb the plot is. They're literally copying the plot of Spaceballs. They are sucking up the ocean water from that home world that the scrolls were in. They're taking their ocean, they're sucking it up, literally like the that vacuum thing from Spaceballs, sucking up the water in the land. They're doing that, and then they're sucking their sun from them. That's literally what the plot is. Um,
I
just
guess yeah, I was also confused by that. I'm like, so are they giving that water back or not? Like that wasn't really shown in the movie, so I'm assuming that, maybe there was some water left on the planet where they'd be okay, but I have no clue.
yeah, but so I if people say that they hate this movie, they say this movie's a mess. I can't really argue with them. I totally get it. If you really don't like this film, I get it. There's a lot of stuff that on paper doesn't work. From face value doesn't work. But for me, I don't know, guys. I was enjoying how weird it was. I was enjoying how strange it was. Like as I said, like the three main leads, Miss Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and yes, even Captain Marvel, they were helping this movie to not be a total disaster and unwatchable. Like it's so weird that I'm saying this, that I like this, but I think this is the new Rise of Skywalker for me because I've said that I know the Rise of Skywalker is not a good film, but I enjoy it anyway. Now that's how it is for me with the Marvels. I'm sorry, I don't know. I know you guys were expecting me to just go off and like yell and be angry.
It's fun. Even if
Yeah,
it's
I
not
enjoyed
great,
it
it's
as
fun.
well. I just have questions that that weren't necessarily answered as clearly as I would have liked. But yeah, I mentioned on Max's show the other day that as long as like I'm able to connect to the characters and sort of like be able to fill in the blanks by doing these mental gymnastics, or maybe like I'm not distracted too much by the mental gymnastics I have to do, like the whole water transport situation. The overall plot, like I understand the stakes and the urgency to stop the villain, like that. I think that was communicated well. I think I understood the buildup of camaraderie between the characters. There was, enough there where I felt that the characters were established through some quick, introductions and world building, and their characters are well developed where someone could jump in who hadn't watched the previous content that they came from. And I think that the surrounding characters, like Kamala's family, and some of like the liberties that they took with Nick Fury's character, it fit the tone of the movie. So yeah, like there were tangible threats and stakes at hand, but I liked that they took sort of like a detour from uh, like the more like stoic and um like unapproachable Captain Marvel to actually show her softening up and becoming more connected to her humanity by being surrounded by um folks who are more rooted in um their own sort of like human existences, and her being so detached from that for so long, she's reconnecting to that, and she's able to empathize and understand the importance of apologizing for her actions, and doing what she can to give some sort of uh, sort like he like a bit some sort of like restitution, or I don't know what the word is, to try and like make it right, or use her abilities to compensate for what she has done. So that's kind of like my long-winded way of saying, yeah, some of the liberties with the more serious characters I felt makes sense, because there are folks who, use there's folks like Miss Marvel and Captain Rambeau who have to kind of navigate the challenges in their superhumanness with some humor and some levity, in order to not get overwhelmed by the tasks at hand and the great responsibility on their shoulders. So yeah, basically I liked that.
Very well said. Very well said. Well, I guess that being said, what did your overall thoughts, Max? What did you think about the Marvels?
I think I gave it a 7 or 8 out of 10. I was pleasantly surprised by the special effects and the action. I do think it could have used a better villain, although she got the point across, and in it was a shorter movie. You could just like got right to the point, maybe with a more intense villain, and they couldn't have done all the things they did, and gel the team. This team, the Marvels team, is probably one of the top tier superhero groups. The way they interact with each other and work together. Now, part of that was because of the plot of them, their powers, interacting with each other. But that was some great choreography for a superhero team. Like, I would like to see the Avengers, the Justice League work that well together. Even though I love Zack Snyder's Justice League, they worked as a team better than Zack Snyder's, Justice League.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm
Hold on, I gotta
serious. That
bring
the
this up.
way they work together, the way they work together. And some of this, I could have used one more really cool action sequence with with some of those working
I
together.
think I understand where Max is
Yeah.
getting coming from because it's unfortunate that we didn't really get to see a lot of like the camaraderie building. There was just so much urgency with the task at hand that um, there was we didn't get a chance to really see like more banter. There was definitely banter there and character establishment, but as far as like the um there was not as much like as there was in the Marvels. So yeah, like I hear what you're saying, Max. You're not saying anything bad, but you're just saying it would have been nice to have more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're
No,
saying.
don't do that, Chubby Teddy. I have a lot more. There could be something else I'll say that might make you do that, though.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Let us move on. RJ, let us hear your overall thoughts on the Marvels. If he's there. Okay.
Eh, it's fine. It's a movie. It
It's
exists. I mean, it's better than the original Captain Marvel. This movie at least has some personality. It has at least some kind of some uniqueness to it. It's trying to be a little more fun. It's trying to actually do some interesting things. It's just it's not great. It's not really good. There are two moments in this movie that almost killed the whole movie for me because they were just so bad. Um, the chemistry between the leads is easily the best part. Easily the best part of the movie is the chemistry between the three leads. Um, they give Brie Larson, her character is allowed to have more of a personality. She's allowed to be an actual character this time around versus a brainwashed individual. Um, it's not great to say this, but the best part of the movie was like the ending and the post credit scene, which I don't like saying, but they were like the loudest cheer moments in the theater because they were actually interesting and cool. Um,
The Flurkins. That's the
no,
best.
no,
Oh.
no,
that's
no.
probably one
My
of the
wife loved
Um,
that scene.
well,
She loves
no,
cats.
there were two moments in this movie that jumped the shark so much that like honestly they were just bad, like really bad. Um, the movie's a mess. I think it's a mess from a story perspective. The villain is horrible. The story's all over the place. It's a complete mess of a movie that doesn't come together. But if it wasn't for the three leads and their chemistry, like it honestly would have been like a horrible movie. As it stands, though, it's okay. It's fine. It's better than the original Captain Marvel. There's that at least, but it's fine. It's like a mid-tier MCU movie. It's average. It's like a 6 out of 10. You know,
I
like
think
5, 6 out of 10.
I totally get your criticisms. I forget if you mentioned if there was um how you felt comparing it to Quantum Mania because I know that's a popular comparison between for
Yeah, yeah,
folks
yeah, yeah. No,
online.
for sure. I think I like this more than Quantum Mania. I think. Although I haven't rewatched Quantum Mania in forever. I mean, I didn't hate Quantum Mania. It's not a good movie either, but it's not like horrible. I don't know. It's weird. That one's also a weird one for me because it's not good, but it's not horrible. That one is also just kind of like it's whatever. Um, it's not great either. Like they're kind of like below average movies, both of these. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, Quantum Mania wasn't good. This isn't good either. It's just like I think both of them are just like barely okay. That's how I would describe it. They're barely okay. I know it's a weird thing to say, but
No, yeah, we got you. We got you.
yeah.
Yeah. And last but not least, Blue Jay, tell us what is your overall thoughts on the Marvels?
Um, this movie is batshit insane. Just to put in perspective, the first Captain Marvel film, I mean, it was decent. I saw that movie in the theater. I have not seen the movie since I saw it in the theater. It's it wasn't necessarily. I mean, there has its moments, but mostly because it's got Sam Jackson being Sam Jackson, of course. Um, but I've always interested in what they're doing with Captain Marvel, but not like the first movie. I don't give a shit. I didn't care that she's like the most important character in the for Endgame, even though she got punched by Thanos. I'm not gonna get into that. But going into this one, um, but when you have Miss Marvel in it and Monica Rambeau, okay, you have my attention because I love WandaVision. I love Miss Marvel, and then they wanted to make change up her character, line Brie Larson up to be more have a personality, and she's a good actress. I liked her in other things. I just think that her nothing against really her. It's just that I think the way she was directed in that Captain Marvel film, the first film, was just like just talk like this throughout the whole movie, just have nothing to do, just like that's that's pretty much what her character was in the first film. Um, but in this, I appreciate the fact that they give her a lot more personality. And Imani Vellani as Miss Marvel, she's good as always. She's almost like she's good as she was in Miss Marvel. I love that show. Monica Rambeau as well. Teyana Paris is also solid. Uh, I like this movie. It's I think it's easily better than the first film. It's actually fun. It's very messy. It's an out like what a lot of y'all say. It's very messy. You can tell that this should be a you can tell this is a director's cut on the cutting room floor. Come on now. There's
Hmm.
what you can tell. This movie is an hour and 45 minutes. It should have been like at the very least 2 hours. Because you can tell there are some scenes where it just thrown together. They're just stitched together, not naturally flowing with each other. Particularly the first half of the movie. And but the chemistry between the three leads all solid, like the highlight of the film. I love the combat. I love the hand to hand combat action scene, like when they're like in Miss Marvel's house and like doing all the
Yeah.
switcheroo stuff. That was awesome.
It
That was well
almost
directed.
it almost reminded me of the action in James Wan's first Aquaman. It was like it's filmed really,
That's what reminds me of like man, this is some I just love this camera work they've been doing. This is awesome. Um, the villain is the worst villain I forgot what her character name was. It Darby, Durabin, Duracell. I don't know. That is like like nothing against the actress though. She did the best she could, but her character is like you took everything from me. I'm gonna claim back what's mine. I'm like that. We heard that so many villains out of every single movie. She is nothing at all.
Copy paste. Copy
She's
paste.
copy paste. And then I almost thought from when I saw her, she had that hammer. I thought that was a female version of Ronan, the accuser. Like she
She
had that.
practically is. She's a successor to Ronan.
Yeah,
That's
but
what.
Ronan's a better villain to be honest with you. Like the performance is better. I don't know, but all in all, I think in terms of like, I really like this movie. There are some questionable scenes in this movie. We're gonna get into very soon.
Oh, ho, ho,
Um,
yes, we will.
I don't know what you guys are talking about
Oh,
because
you know exactly which scenes we're
oh
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah. Oh yeah, they're like just the one particular scene that I think we were talking about. That one particular scene,
the
but
singing planet.
Well, I was
Classic.
going to ask if I can go into more details about something real quick. For me, the first half of the movie worked a lot better than the second half. Because here's the thing, I was enjoying the movie perfectly fine. It was, it's like it's not great, but I'm having a fun time. I'm enjoying myself. When they land on the musical planet, I checked out.
oh my
Checked out.
god,
I didn't think it was
It was
great, but I didn't think it was
so bad.
horrible.
It was so bad. And I was just like, "What are we doing?" Like,
That
literally,
was great. Brie Larson showed her.
you could
It was her
feel the
singing.
audience being
Great voice.
like so many people left to go take a bathroom break, and so many people just start checking out at that point. It's like, what are we doing? And I'm like, okay, whatever. They spend way too much time on that joke. the joke does not work. It does not land whatsoever. They have a freaking Disney princess sparkle effect for the dress transformation. I'm like, what
Yes,
the hell am I watching?
that was
Oh my
beautiful.
god,
What am
I
I
loved that
watching?
so much.
That was
Yeah.
so cringy. I'm like, what am
No.
I doing?
She was beautiful. Oh my god, in
Right.
the dance sequence, I was just
I
like,
like
kiss,
the.
kiss,
I mean,
kiss.
no,
I
no, the
mean,
dress was fun.
I
Like, I
like.
like
I
the
mean,
dress.
I like
like
her
the,
dress.
I'm
I
like
like
that
her dress.
They made her a
with the
Disney
sparkles.
princess. That
they
was a
even
lie.
made a
Yeah.
reference about like, Monica was telling Kamala, yeah, I bet this is good for your fan fiction, right? Or some
Yes, that was
That was the best
funny.
joke. That
I'm
was a good joke.
paraphrasing, but
Yeah,
yeah, I
That
that
was a
thought that
was
good
was so
joke.
cute.
that was
Okay,
funny. That was
but
funny.
then
I
that
will
happened, right? That scene happened. I'm like, okay, worst part of the movie. It's fine, whatever. I got over it. Then
Okay,
later in the movie, they have another jump the shark moment with the
Flerken?
cat with the kittens, and I'm
That
like,
was amazing.
what am
My
I
wife
that was the
loved it.
James Gunn moment I was talking
Yes.
about the other day.
That
Yeah,
that
you
Like
is
his
did.
imprint.
No,
that
here's
is
the
a
thing.
James Gunn
If
thing.
James Gunn wrote that scene though, it would have actually probably worked because that fits more in his wheelhouse.
Ah,
This
that
is like,
worked.
no,
That was
this is just
hilarious.
it wasn't
Let
even
But
the
honestly,
funny. What was
RJ,
the joke?
Let the Flerken
honestly,
eat you is exactly what James Gunn would have wrote.
But
but
he,
Let
that's
the
Like the
Flerken eat
opera,
you.
like dude, it was cringy.
but
No,
hon-
that is so James Gunn. Let the Flerken eat you.
well,
Come
well,
on.
well,
yeah,
hold
That
on.
was
like I
Like,
don't know
hilarious.
how else James Gunn
But
would
and
it
have
then
was
written
like
that.
like
knockoff
horror
James
type
Gunn though. Like it was
and then
like them trying to be like James Gunn, but it felt like a
no,
knockoff
I
of like
but
I
that's the
James
problem.
completely
Gunn.
But
disagree.
here's the thing with this movie. Like, this movie is basically, this is basically a Guardians of the Galaxy film, just starring Captain Marvel. If it
But
feels
not a
like a,
good Guardians movie though. It's feel like if a Guardians movie was
Even
bad.
It actually has some
even the
Ant-Man stuff in there too.
Ray, what do you even think? Like when the Flurkins are, and it's like almost like a horror movie when the people are running from the Flurkins. Let them eat you. That was even like James Gunn
Yeah,
style.
that's
well,
like that's
Yeah, I got flashbacks to
Yes,
Starro from
yeah,
when he was shooting out those little, little
yes.
babies
yeah.
well,
at
see,
the
I'm
if
town
sorry,
folk.
y'all. I just that did not like. I thought it was just bad.
See, if it only works if it's like, if it's a Guardians movie. That would make more sense, like the singing and stuff like that. I mean, you would kind of expect that from James Gunn,
It would have helped. It certainly helped if like you have Star Lord. Like what the
but
hell
for a
is going
sequel,
on
but
here?
to like, if you're, but if
Because
for like
because I told
a
this to
sequel to
Crazy
Captain
Joe.
Marvel, I mean, it's I can see, like, I can kind of understand what they were going for,
Yeah.
and but I don't know, like,
But
I
this is what I
I
told Crazy
loved
Joe though, right? Because I told Crazy Joe this. I'm like, there's nothing worse in a movie when it's trying to be funny and tell a funny joke to make the audience laugh, and it doesn't work. Like a scene not being funny, like the movie intends it to be, is the worst thing ever because it just you feel like disconnect. And in those two scenes, it did not land for me whatsoever. The musical portion, I wasn't laughing or being entertained. It was just kind of cringy. I was just like, I checked out.
Right.
And then the
okay,
kittens, I'm like, I get what they're going for. It's kind of humorous, but it's just really, really stupid. And it doesn't fit this movie really.
yeah,
Feel
like
I
it
think
pretty
they
much.
did spend too much time on that one. I will say that for me, the cringiest moment was when they walk into the ballroom, Monica, Kamala, and Captain Marvel, and Monica is just like, "Damn!" and I'm just like, that was such a cyborg booyah moment." I'm just like, "No, no, please don't." Like,
That was my biggest
that.
issue too. Thank you, Ray, for bringing that up. Both of those could have worked if they didn't spend as much time as they did. They go on for way too long. Like
My wife loved the Flurkin Kenny scene, and one of them looked like our cat Momo. That gave her so much joy. So
Well,
the cat.
I
I
did
think they
like,
spent too much time on the kittens, and
I
it was
did
kind of
like the
jarring how much CGI was used for them. And I was just
It
like,
was
if you
good
cut,
though.
they did, but I think like for me, if they did more quick cuts, because sometimes they linger on the screen so long that they start to look like AI generated cats compared to cats that are in real space, in my opinion.
I can with this. Or first off, I did like the how that the singing scene ended. We need to talk. We need to talk. We need to talk. Like just shut up. I did like
Like
the way
he,
how that ended, but
he can
then
talk
but,
about Greek.
but
Let
why? Why was
he's
there? Okay,
bilingual.
I'm
he's
sorry, I can't
bilingual.
get over this. Like they had like a 2D animated sparkle effect for when she got her dress. I'm like, why? What is this? How did that happen?
I don't know, but I would say I did like the one with the thing with the kittens. Like they're literally playing memories from Cats. Come on, that was like really, and like that scene feels very James Gunn.
Oh my God! Hold on a minute. I didn't even realize they were playing the music from Cats. Oh my God!
Literally, like when they want like the melody, the tunes, I'm just this is me. Wow, you reminded me of Cats. Really, like the
My God!
memory, like oh my
I'm
god,
like, oh my God! They went there. They
yeah,
actually went there. Okay, so I hear what you're saying, RJ, and you're absolutely right. The musical planet with the people singing and the Flurkins. Yes, those two are probably the worst scenes in the movie. But for some reason, as it kept going on, both of those scenes, I started to get into it more and more. I don't know why. These are two scenes that I should hate. Like absolutely hate. Like I want to leave the theater, hate. But for some reason I was just sitting there like, oh my god, they're actually going there.
Right. What do you think?
They're actually
Because I want
doing
to mention this too, just really quick too. They spend
yeah.
time on that, and I feel like it was a waste of time. Because you know what was my favorite part of the movie? Actually, my favorite part of the movie is when the villain attacks the planet and destroys their atmosphere to get the air,
Mhm.
and Kamala's trying to save people, and Carol's all like, she's
Yeah.
like, no, don't do that. Like, basically being like, and she's trying to save everyone. She basically just tells her, she yells at her, being like, we need to save who we can so we can save, like if we save everyone, we save basically no one. And I'm like, that's a
Mhm.
really good scene. Like, there's tension
Yeah,
there.
that was a
Like,
good
Yeah.
scene.
They
it's
didn't
like
really
her
revisit
learning more
it
about her
either.
hero. And I'm like, but we don't have time to explore enough of that. Like, that's a really interesting story development. I'm just like, we need more of that. But the movie doesn't spend enough time with that. And they have like a really good scene later where Carol kind of like emotionally confides in Monica and Kamala, being like, I messed up. I messed up so bad when it came to the Kree planet and basically destroyed their environment. Like I destroyed their planet basically. I've killed them and doomed them. And like she confides in them, basically tells her, I'm not that good of a hero. I'm like, that's a good scene.
Mhm.
We need more of that. But no, we get kittens and we get musical numbers. It's just like, come on. You know?
No,
The
no,
movie
you're
could have done with a
I
longer
feel that.
runtime.
Yeah, that's completely valid in my opinion. I think there could have been more of challenging between Kamala and her hero, Captain Marvel. I guess I'll just, refer to her as Carol. So yeah, Kamala and Carol having more of like a, you know, um, not so much uh, communicating about, oh, how are we going to use our superpowers to stop the villain who also has superpowers, more just like um, uh, Kamala challenging that concept of only saving who we can, and sort of, acknowledging like, how could you be so cold? Like,
Yeah, because she
I feel
idolizes
like
her
she
so
could,
much. She idolizes her so
yeah,
much, and then she comes to terms like who she actually is as like a real person, because she's built up this idea of who she is in her head. Like, that's a really interesting idea. Just I wish the movie
Well,
would have given more time to explore
can
that.
I ask like one of your major concerns with the cringe is this stuff like is Strange? Are you saying Doctor Strange, my pal? Is it from the comics, like the Flurkin kitties, the way they're born, and the
No, no,
singing planet?
I
Is
think
it
the
from the
Flarkins are
comics?
from the comics. Yeah, I mean I don't know the whole details about it, but I'm just
well,
saying the execution of the scene doesn't really work for me.
the whole comics thing like that doesn't necessarily matter because you're talking about a movie, not comic books.
yeah, the
Well, I mean,
comics are the comics
if
and the
the
movies are the movies. Right.
if the singing planet is prevalent in the comics, and they, I mean, I can understand them using that, and then I
Well,
give them
even at that,
applause for trying.
that's
Yeah,
still a pointless scene. Like, I
yeah.
mean, just for a joke. I mean, it's that doesn't matter. It's from the comics. It's into weird context from the movie.
I didn't know
And
that about the. I don't know much about the Flurkins though. I didn't know they were born that way.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, Goose is from the comics. The cat
yeah, I
Goose.
know that one.
She
Yeah,
is, yeah, she is from the comics. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know.
it's comic accurate, everyone.
Yeah. Well, I will say though, the biggest reaction in my audience, because I went to go see the movie with my friend, he lost his mind with that mid-credit scene. He was like, "No way!" It's like it was cool. Although, was anyone else turned off by the CGI in that scene?
No, I thought
Yeah.
he looked great.
Yeah.
I thought he looked great. I don't know.
I miss live action Kelsey Grammer Beast.
Honestly, that's the best you could do as far as the motion capture. That's the
No, it's
best you could
not.
do. Yeah, it is.
Get
Yeah, it
James
is.
Cameron's the best you could do.
I mean, okay, we can't compare
was-
everyone to James Cameron. Okay, we can't.
You
Like,
said what's the best you could do? That's the best you could do.
with the budget they have, they are not going to give $400 million.
Well, actually, I scratched that. Actually, the best part of the movie is when Haley Steinfeld showed up.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
of course.
I was
Oh
actually
yeah,
let
I
down
love
on that.
seeing her too.
I was no see that was the part when I was surprised. Like, wait, she's in this whole. Well, that was the last scene. But like,
Well,
holy shit, she was in this
We
shit.
got a super chat from Justin Proper, $10. Thank you for the support, Justin. I'm allergic to cats, so flurkins don't appeal to me. And that would have been funny joke too if they like let the flurkin eat you and be like, I'm allergic to flurkins. I had reoccurring nightmares where everyone around me just randomly burst out into song and dance every 2 minutes. Movies probably not for me. Okay.
Fair enough.
Well, I'm going to take your $10 and see it again.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever.
Is it me or that Kate Bishop scene? It felt like that should have been a post-credit scene. It felt like they just tacked that on at the very end.
It was just out of the blue. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it got me looking forward to seeing this. It's obviously set up for young Avengers, right?
I was gonna say that too. It felt to me like when they edited this movie, it was gonna be a post-credit scene, but they're like, just make it the ending of the movie, because that was very weird. That the way they edited, like the editing in the movie is very weird. I feel like they kind of like chopped this movie to bits.
I'm more concerned about the Young Avengers than the Marvels continuing. Like the Young Avengers, even though I like all their characters, it's
the only character I actually like. There's only two characters I actually really love so far, and that's Kamala Khan and Kate Bishop. Those are the only two I actually have an investment in.
What about America?
I really liked America Chavez.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about her because
But I do think it's like female centric to female centric. I wish they got a couple more characters in there.
Yeah. I mean, Spider-Man may or may not, do something. I don't know, but and then who else?
I'm trying to think.
Well, the lineup in the comics is it's America Chavez, Kate Bishop, Wiccan and Speed, Hulkling, and
Hulk's son. He's gonna be in it.
I think they should have went for it with the Valkyrie and Captain Marvel too. I think that was a missed opportunity.
I was pissed. I was pissed about that because I'm like, why'd you spoil that in the final trailer? Because that was a genuine surprise to see her.
Valkyrie.
Yeah, that was cool to see her.
I didn't see. Actually, you know why? I did not see the final trailer. I was like, why would you see this? I don't like when they release trailers like days before the movie comes out. Like, what's the point? So I didn't see the trailer. I didn't know Valkyrie was gonna be. It's like, oh shit,
I didn't know either. I mean,
I was like, oh shit.
Justin, $2 for the record. Rhea is exception to my cat allergy. Okay, she's got cat ears though. I don't know.
I did like though that because if you've been following because Brie Larson and Tessa Thompson, like they're good friends and they've been they really were pushing the Valkyrie and Carol ship online. Like they would post fan art all the time. They wanted to. Do
I think that could have
actually.
I think that actually could have helped this movie if they just would have went for it.
Dude,
because the people that are gonna hate it anyway. They should have just, they're going to say they're going to use the term,
but you know why,
it's overused woke.
Well, you know
they
why,
should have just gone for it.
No, the thing is, you know why, the best they could have done is the kiss on the cheek because of, they want to play this movie in other countries, basically, and they can't.
I think they should have been bold and just went for it, knew what they were going against, and just, they would have been a great moment.
This is my, sorry. I was just going to say, I'm like, the movie's gonna lose money anyway, so might as well have them,
Yeah.
Rhea wants to see some tongue action. She wants to see some tongue
romantic scene. Go for it. They should have realized the market. I'm not saying go. Just
they're gonna be a throuple with Bree's legal husband or whatever, the prince, and then Valkyrie.
Yeah.
I'm coming up with some fan fiction of my own.
Rhea, oh my god!
That scene though, where she kisses her on the cheek, you're like, oh, there's been a relationship here. Like they got something going on.
Yeah, they hooked up at one point.
But yeah,
Hey, you don't
I
know the
wouldn't
singing planet. They sing when they talk. What that's all I'm
do.
saying.
Okay, I wouldn't.
She
Oh my
whispered
god.
something in her ear that we didn't catch on screen.
You don't know.
We
You
can
make fun of
speculate
it
on what that
now.
was.
You don't know. Make fun of it now. What if you get
Well,
a?
you know
I'm
what's
not.
funny?
I'm being dead serious. I want this ship to exist, so I'm
Yeah.
Well, you
finding
know
any
what? Guys?
excuse to
I
What
saw
to
if you
some
get a
legitimize
significant?
it.
What
I
if you
saw
get a
something
significant
online.
other and they sing all the time during other activities as well? Oh
Yeah.
my God!
Hold
Well,
They're
I saw.
on.
both super hot, so I can't
Yes.
Yeah.
I know who wouldn't be on board for this, right?
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
hey,
would. I see honestly with Valkyrie and Captain Marvel, like when they're on screen
Daniel, you don't
together,
even know. That may be dangerous.
I I
That's
love
like
it.
actually, my
that's like Miss Marvel's fan fiction too. Yeah.
Yeah, with Valkyrie and Captain Marvel on the screen, like I actually I wouldn't mind. I mean, I ship it, but when they're on screen together, like those two actresses, they're
I'm really
like
surprised they didn't do like at least a
well,
simple
well,
kiss.
even when Valkyrie like gave a little kiss to Captain Marvel on the cheek, I was like, oh, I ship it. I want
Yeah.
him.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I know there's been some speculation online from people who saw the movie that there's speculation that Kamala Khan might be bisexual, just because of like how hard she's like crushing on Carol Danvers and like some other stuff in the movie that kind of hints towards it. But they're never gonna confirm any of that because they
Well,
can't.
gets to the where they don't really please anyone. They hint at things, and I don't like the. Well, I'm not going to use the full term, but baiting. They should deliver on some of these hints, and I think then you'll get some rewards instead of just trying to please everyone and please no one.
that's
I think that's part of it. If they really want to say we have diversity, we have representation, and they had the opportunity there, and nothing.
Or here's
You know,
my
that's
saying.
one of my
it should
biggest
be more it should be more normal. You see all kinds of other couples kissing.
Well, here's my
Go
thing.
for it.
Just do it. Let them bitch and moan and cry. That's all I say. Just do it and let them complain.
I want to
that's
see it.
one of my I mean, of course, that's one of my biggest issues with Disney when it comes to their so-called inclusion and diversity and stuff like that. It feels half-assed. It doesn't feel
Yeah,
genuine, and like, yeah, they would
it's
just do like,
baiting.
look,
It's
it is
baiting.
baiting,
It's giving the
absolutely.
bare minimum to bait to say, this is representation, and then it also infuriates the haters too. So
It's
pick
like either
pick a path. Yeah.
yes, either fully commit to it or don't do it at all. That's that's all I can say about it. I probably understand why they were holding back because yes, in the grand scheme of things, this movie probably wasn't going to make a lot of money anyway. So you're thinking like, why not do it? But no studio is going to risk not making as much money as possible, even if it's just
That's a sad
$10.
state of the world. Yeah.
It is the sad state of the world, unfortunately. But they're like, it's better to make $15 than $5. So that's what they're thinking.
$47 million opening weekend. That's a win. Number one movie in America.
It definitely ain't no win, but they're like, it's better to make 47 million than make 10 million, right? That's I mean, I don't know, man.
Well, I
But
wanted to ask you guys too, just to kind of pivot just a little bit about the ending and like the post credit scene. So with, like Monica getting trapped in the alternate universe, and then her waking up, and it's like she sees her mom, who's binary, and then look, it's Hank McCoy's Beast. Where do you see that? Where do you guys see that going?
it's
Because I
total
feel like
setup for
it's
Secret Wars.
3, but I don't know.
It's secret. It's set up for Secret Wars. I'm very confident
Well,
that's what
Well,
that
see,
is.
when I saw that, I was like, wait, is that? I was like, I heard Kelsey Grammer's voice. Like, wait, that's not what I think
It
it is.
kind of is, but it kind of isn't.
Well,
Like
yeah, oh yeah, I was like, oh shit! I was like, what the fuck? I was like, but when I saw when Beast appeared, I wasn't expecting CG on him because I was mostly thinking about the original film. It's like, well, they're not gonna put prosthetic makeup on him like they did in the originals, but like the CG, I mean, it'll get better when if he appears, whatever. But I mean,
Well, I don't know much about to kind of address this. I don't know much about Carol Danvers in the comic, but isn't her isn't that part of her? Just like Superman and Lois are, they're a couple. Isn't part of? Doesn't she have relationships in the comics?
I
From
Thought she
what I
did. I thought
I
she
remember,
did.
I think for strange my response to strange Marvel theories is that I personally wasn't alluding to Carol's sexuality being or superseding the relevance
Super.
or her presence in the story as a superhuman. I'm just saying that that helps flesh out her character,
Yeah.
and then that's what gets me really excited because, like I said earlier, I want to connect and appreciate the humanity of these characters in order to personally sort of like see like have stakes, like if their
Yeah.
life is in danger, it's because the story helped me connect to them and build an emotional connection to them, and so the sense of peril is deeper because I have that connection to them. So yeah, it doesn't have to necessarily be like their sexuality or gender identity or anything like that, or their race or ethnicity, but those things do help for me personally to get
Yeah.
to understand their their roots a little bit more.
And just like you said, Kamala Khan, Rhea, earlier, her interacting with, someone said it. I think it was you.
no, it was
Kamala
me.
Khan. Oh, it was. Oh, okay. Kamala Khan, um, having conversations with Captain Marvel grounded her more. Having like a romantic relationship does that a lot for a lot of different superheroes, and just because they have to be something that the general public might not be accustomed to that much. I think it can add to the character, and yeah, you could be relatable, gives them different stakes, um, helps you understand why they try so hard to for being, and honestly, it was really, I think they had opportunity to there as well, because in part of the movie, Captain Marvel's just in space alone. She says, "I'm lonely,"
Yeah.
so that would have been a perfect opportunity to say, "Well, you don't have to be," you know.
That's true. That's true. Which actually goes back to why I liked Brie Larson a lot more in this movie because, and RJ talked about it earlier, um, the the kind of closure that she gets with Monica in the film. Oh, that's cool. That's a Spider-Man toy. The closure that she has with Monica, I really like that. I know for a lot of people, they said that they wish they went to that more. They said that wasn't enough. For me, that I felt like I had enough. As far as the closure with that, I liked what they did with Monica and Carol. It's some of one of the few moments where I actually saw Carol finally having some humanity, finally feeling having some emotion, and actually seeing you know the, their what was that saying?
This is the funniest comment. Like, what?
My mom is so unfamiliar with X-Men, she thought Beast was an alternate universe Nick Fury that turned into a blue monster.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Well,
Nick Fury, you've changed.
well, that's the thing. Like,
That is the comment of the night, ladies and gentlemen.
He
that's the
went
thing,
from
the
black to
interesting thing about
blue.
where Marvel's at right now, especially with this film being such a historic box office flop. It's just like, I don't know, like some people are gonna miss that post credit scene. Like it kind of sucks, you know. I'm sure people. I guess just a question of like, what do people care about, right? Do people are people getting it? Like, do people invest in this at this rate? You know.
I think people want to see the main character. They want to. I think the Avengers movies are always going to do good, and there's certain characters that are going to pop. It's just there's. I think the time of old characters getting a show or movie is just over, and you gotta really justify everything.
I
And
think it's the oversaturation of the whole thing, and like I don't know. I haven't seen all the shows. Like I did not see Secret Invasions. I don't really give a shit. I'm watching Loki, but I haven't seen the season finale yet. So far there's the shows I liked quite a bit. That some were just like whatever, like Hawkeye or whatever.
Ugh.
Um, but it says I think it's the oversaturation that they had, which mind you, like pandemic and all that stuff. They had to push everything back, kind of release like unload everything. So, but also I think it's also because you had, what's the highest grossing film post Endgame? Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy, and then what do we have
Wakanda
from?
Forever.
Yep, yep. And then I think from this is just my personal theory. I think like what's the most anticipated Marvel film after this one? Deadpool
Deadpool.
3. I think that's where everybody's gonna be
That's the next one,
focusing
isn't
on.
it? Is anything else coming on in between? Everything.
Nope.
Nope,
A
because
TV show.
Captain Marvel
a TV
4 got
show.
pushed back to 2025.
In terms of movies, I mean, there's that Echo show which looks pretty good, but I don't know about the writing though.
Well, so before Deadpool 3, we're most likely getting Echo, Agatha, and Ironheart at
Oh
some point
God.
next year.
I want to like those
Yeah.
characters, but I don't think they're gonna do good though.
I do not care about this Agatha show at all. At all.
We
mean-
haven't heard much about. Well, I know that Agatha has gone through a few different name changes. I guess I don't know if that was
Oh my
real
God.
or not. Yeah,
Yes.
there was a ton, and then I haven't heard anything about Ironheart, so I'm a little concerned there.
Well,
And
Ironheart
I
they
think
finished filming, and then they kind of pushed it back for some reason. I think just so they can release it later.
I'm
I
looking. Yeah,
don't know.
Ironheart. I'm actually looking forward to because I like her in Wakanda Forever. 'Cause
Yeah,
I,
same.
I like the actress
The
too.
thing is, though, they're not giving enough variety. It's like with some of these after the Marvels.
they could do it with
Echo,
Wonder
they-
Man,
it-
but
it-
we've heard less
Yeah.
about Wonder Man as well.
Yeah.
The Marvels is a better movie than Birds of Prey. I
It
don't.
is.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Oh,
Birds of Prey I didn't care about at all.
I did like Birds of Prey, but I'm gonna add a segue to what I just said, thinking like, okay, yeah, obviously we have Lost Kingdom, the Aquaman movie coming out, so maybe they don't want to kind of detract from that too much, but I think DC is already sort of detracting from the importance anyway by taking the wind under the sails of it by announcing that the whole recalibration of their own film universe. But anyway, I'm just rambling. I'm trying to think of reasons why we haven't heard about Wonder Man, and I'm wondering if that it's because they're gonna shelve it indefinitely.
I hope not.
I don't know. Only
That's
time
what
will
I
tell.
don't know much about that character. I know the actor I like. He's Black Manta, right? And then he was
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there were rumors.
Morpheus in the fourth Matrix movie.
Yeah, there were rumors that they're considering canceling the show, though. So,
Oh boy.
well, because that's the thing when it comes to Marvel right now, I do think they're going to start canceling projects because there's too much.
Yeah,
going
they have to. They have to, even if it's something you want.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta stop
Refocus.
oversaturating it stuff with just product. Now stop the stream because I just saw this comment and somebody confirm or deny this? Is Thunderbolts being released the same month as Superman
I
Legacy?
don't know. I know it's
Yes,
delayed.
it is.
I didn't-
2 weeks. Superman's
These
coming out.
motherfuckers.
Yes, Superman comes out July 11th, 2025, and then
Great.
Thunderbolts comes out the last.
Marvel
No,
versus DC on equal footing. That's great.
No.
Yes.
No.
Not
Yes,
really,
no.
because
You're not going to see both.
Terrible. This is terrible.
No, it's great.
They should not be coming out the same month.
Competition.
Wait,
Helps both.
didn't that happen this year? Was it during the Flash or was it during Blue Beetle? I forget.
So, well,
I guess you could say the Cross of Spider-Verse and the Flash came out the same month.
they did. Yeah.
I want that. That's what. Put your best foot forward.
Max.
Competition's going to make everything better.
I
They
still don't
both
think
need to.
Thunderbolts
They
is
both
coming-
need to succeed.
I still
Max,
think
even
Thunderbolts
if-
is coming out then though, because like they're going to keep delaying stuff because they're just now getting productions back on track. So I don't think it's going to be.
Why? I
But-
want to see.
No, because Thunderbolts they're doing like a page 1 rewrite from scratch right now. So they're rewriting
boy.
the whole movie again for like the 3rd time. So I don't see it making that release date, even though they just delayed it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm just calling it Marvel's Suicide Squad. That's how I see it.
That's basically what they're making. That's the key
Oh my
idea.
god.
That's a
come
good.
on now.
That's more. Listen. All right. I want to hear. This is the Al show, but I'm going to ask a question. Would you rather see the Thunderbolts crew or the Young Avengers? The Thunderbolts crew is cooler to me. More
I
interesting.
mean, I don't know shit about
Even though I like
both-
the Young Avengers just isn't the way they, I mean, it was cool that scene with Miss Marvel, but I was like, okay, I want
Okay,
to see a cool, new, interesting young Avenger besides ones that we've introduced on.
in terms of having Miss Marvel and Kate Bishop, I would go Young Avengers.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I
be
just
honest.
like those characters.
I'm going to be honest. It's too early to tell because we only have 2 confirmed members of Young Avengers. I need to see the full lineup of Young Avengers before I'd be like, I would rather see this or that.
Well, I think what's important to that project is you in the movie you need to see a young, at least one young Avenger that you haven't seen anywhere else first. That's exclusive to the movie. Like if you just get the Young Avengers assemble and you've seen them in all these other projects, it's not going to be as exciting.
But
That's something else. That's
but
something
the same
else.
thing with Thunderbolts. You've seen them from previous projects.
That's true.
Like these aren't new characters. Like, like what do you mean?
To be honest, right now I don't really care about either of them because I don't really know what the story is for Thunderbolts or what they plan on doing with that.
Come on, it's got Florence Pugh. Don't you like Florence Pugh?
I
Yeah,
mean,
but we like Haley Steinfeld too, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I like the characters, but I need to understand like what the goal is for the project. Like, what's the story? What are we doing with that? You know what I mean? Young Avengers. I need to know who's on the team and if we're ever getting that movie because they keep saying, "Oh, Young Avengers are coming eventually." It's like, okay, when? You've been teasing this since like 5 years ago or whatever, however long it's been. You know.
Same thing with the Blade situation. Like Mahershala Ali is going to be 72 years old by the time he gets this franchise. You know?
I trust Mahershala Ali. Thank God they stopped.
Blade gets canceled.
I think it's actually good news that they delayed it and they're reworking it. And again, that means he's not going to settle for average, and you can't do that going against the Wesley Snipes Blade.
That's true. That is very true.
There's very few times where Marvel's had to fight and this is the thing that that people don't bring enough attention to with DC. You're fighting against your back catalog of different versions of the character, and this is one of the times. The other time is going to be Wolverine and the X-Men when they do that. With very successful versions of the character already exist, so you got to get it right or don't do it. You know, an average Blade would have really hurt, and you don't do that with that actor that caliber. He's perfect casting for Blade.
Absolutely.
I trust in Mahershala Ali, and I'm very happy that they said they got the Logan writer. That doesn't mean it's going to be amazing, and that it's going to be, they took down the budget, and I think that's also a good thing too. Focus on the budget. You know, they could do a 100 million action horror. You know, some of the first Blade had some horror with the vampire stuff in there and the seeds, and it could be very, very entertaining. And I'm very happy that they stopped Blade from filming if it wasn't going to be great.
I love the aesthetic of Werewolf by Night, and I think they'd even alluded to stuff that exists in the Blade universe. Granted, I'll defer to y'all who are more knowledgeable on the lore in the comics. So I did hear that though.
They think they were planning when the Blade was first announced that Blade was going to go into production pretty close to Werewolf by Night, and they were going to form the Midnight Suns, even with Ghost Rider potentially, and then that character at the end of. Was it End of Eternals that the guy from Game of Thrones?
Black Knight.
Yeah. So that would have been a good crew.
When are we ever seeing those guys again? Remember Eternals?
No, I know, but that's probably why you haven't seen them. Blade got delayed, right?
I don't know. Maybe it was just gonna be Black Knight. I don't know if the Eternals would have played a factor in that, but I don't know. Only time will tell. Once again, I think Eternals we probably won't see them till like Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars if they use them again. But yeah, it's just the only thing with Mahershala Ali. You know, he's going to be 52 like by the time this movie comes out. So it's like I just wish they were able to get the.
He looks 32 though.
Yes, aesthetically he looks great, but as far as will he like physically be able to do the role?
MCU needs an actor of that caliber, DL. They need
I'm
an
not
actor
saying
of that
it was
caliber.
a bad idea to get him. I was on board when he was casted. It's a shame that they didn't get
since
the
you're
ball rolling
busy,
earlier.
We have to get Mahershala Ali.
Oh no. I would even look, even if Marvel called me up yesterday and be like, "We want you to be Blade," I would reject it because I would not be good for Blade. Even I know that. I am not. No, Jon Stewart. Sure, we can have a conversation about that. But Blade, absolutely not. I will not do that character justice.
I okay, so similar to what y'all are saying about especially Max about like, you know, the high tier of, you know, comparison of existing versions of these characters. I really don't want uh Disney to sort of like shoehorn in the iconic line from Wesley Snipes' Blade, like, "Oh, MF is always trying to, you know, ice skate uphill." I'm just like, please, like, you know, that's so iconic to that version of the character. Don't try to bring that up, even though it's like I would love to hear his version of it. Like, no, let's just give Snipes that, you know, like let's keep it over there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure they're if the movie's gonna be PG-13, he can't say that anyway. But
I don't know.
we'll see. But we'll see.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
Strange.
said I still think there's a chance Blade gets canceled. I really do.
I
hope you're
will. I
wrong.
will lose hope. I would lose all hope if that gets canceled. Like,
Well, now that all the
I don't
strikes
wanna-
are, we'll see what
There are
happens.
some projects you can't salvage when they have this many issues.
I mean,
How's
it's like I don't want to pull like, you know, this unpopular card with a lot of folks, but it's not going to be a good look. Like, okay, like you shelve
Yeah.
Wonder Man and then you're going to shelve Blade. Like, come on,
Yeah,
it's
that's
looking
true.
a little sus. Even though that's probably not the root reason of it, but yeah, that's not a good look.
And then you have all these female centric shows and movies still being released too. So yeah, that's
yep, it's not a good look. Not a good look at all. So we're just
and the two black men characters, right?
oh. I wasn't gonna go
That's
there.
that's what I was
right.
alluding to. Yeah.
That's absolutely right,
Mm-hmm.
man. Fight the power, but
Well, hey,
okay.
hey, you know what? You know what franchise isn't in trouble? Isn't canceling projects or isn't in box office turmoil? Doctor Who, which comes back November 25th. Keep an eye on that. It's going to be big.
I haven't really watched
Oh,
Doctor Who lately. Who's here seen it?
I haven't seen it since.
I've seen a few seasons.
I haven't seen it since Matt Smith.
David Tennant.
I'm just saying, keep an eye on that because it's going to be the next big thing. That's all I'm going to say.
No, the
We'll
actor
see.
they got, I started seeing him in other things, and he seems to
Yeah,
be
he was
talented.
just in Barbie.
Yeah.
So before we go too far off topic, there was actually one question I wanted to ask because going back once again to that mid credit scene because I had no idea who this character is. Who is Binary?
Binary.
So
I've never heard of that before.
Binary is
That's a multiverse version of Captain
No.
Marvel. Right?
So in the comics, Binary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no. So in the comics, famously, Rogue, when she was a villain, she took the powers of Miss Marvel. That was her name at the time, Carol Danvers, and put her in a coma. That's how she got the super strength and the ability to fly and all that stuff, right? Well, came back, but she basically became like this persona called Binary. So she looked different, her powers were a little bit different, all that stuff. So Binary is one of Miss Marvel's like forms. It was like a new identity she had. Like she was no longer Miss Marvel, she became Binary. And that was one of the forms that she had. And she had like different powers a little bit. Like it was more like red energy and stuff. And there was like a red and white costume. So that's kind of what they did. They just gave that title and that persona to the Maria Rambeau in the alternate universe.
Okay, I was aware about Rogue, taking Captain Marvel's powers, but I didn't know what happened to her after that.
I don't know if they're doing that in that specific universe to where Rogue took Maria Rambeau's powers and then she became Binary. They might be doing that, or they could just say, "Hey, like in this universe, she's just was Binary from the start." I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they'll be too afraid to have Rogue suck Carol's powers away. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like
I've heard some people talk about that, like the optics like of a woman like literally like taking all the power away from another woman. Like, it's I don't know. I mean, it was cool in the comics, but like some people just want that to happen to Brie Larson just so they can just be like, "Yay, she's in a coma. We don't have to watch her anymore."
I'll be honest, I was one of those people that was thinking that way. Not anymore.
Huh, huh,
Not
huh.
anymore. Not anymore.
Okay, okay.
I actually
Yes.
want to give Brie Larson more of a chance. I actually want to see more from her. I can't believe I'm saying this.
Yes, you're a human being now. Good.
But
I
yeah, that
can't
was
believe.
just one of those things where it was just a nod to that persona of the comics. Like I said, I don't know what they're doing with that version of Maria, but it's interesting. So
Yeah. So, uh, what else is there to talk about with this?
not
Let's see. Can
that's
I?
that's the problem with this movie. Like it's so short and there's not really much going on that like the most
Well,
Well,
that
it introduces both the X-Men in a different, the Secret Wars version or different multiverse of X-Men, and then it also forms officially starts the Young Avengers. Which now I'm thinking that would be. I don't think it would be. I don't think it would be. Can I ask a question to you all? I don't think it would be a very popular movie, but if you say the Avengers is on the big screen, the Young Avengers on Disney Plus. Now that's good marketing, and I think Disney Plus Young Avengers would be great, even if they don't do Miss Marvel 2, if they just put them all in a team, and that's the Disney Plus Avengers. What do you think about that? I think that would be very good marketing. We
I
have the
think for
Avengers on the
me,
big screen. Okay,
yeah, exactly. I think that the audience pool for yeah, the Young Avengers and maybe even like yeah, the younger cast. I think that's really like Disney Plus appropriate. Um, I know that we've gotten some adult themed content on Disney Plus already, but I think it does make sense to have like the more action packed, potentially gorier and more adult themed stuff for the theater. But I don't know, like, what do y'all think?
Honestly, they need to get better with the quality of the writing for the shows they have now, and then I would be more interested in them turning Young Avengers into a show because right now I don't trust them to do it properly.
but do you prefer a movie or a show though? Like I think it would thrive more as a show, especially since some of these characters might not get a second season in some of their shows. This might be their second season kind of.
I mean, will they get more development in a show? Absolutely, but that doesn't mean it's impossible for them to do it as a movie as well. It's just all in the execution. Um, but I don't know. Once again, we have to see the lineup of this Young Avengers before
I
I
just
can
really,
make a
really,
decision about it.
really hope that the Young Avengers are not the only major team heading into Secret Wars. Like there
I
needs
mean,
to be a proper Avengers team.
I'm
Getting
about to say who's going to be the Avengers in Kang Dynasty? That's
we
like
don't know, and that's my problem with the
Oh,
MCU.
that
We don't
that's
know.
true. Well,
well, honestly,
Captain America.
well, honestly, I don't really. It's kind of a hot. I don't necessarily
Thor's
care
still
if
there.
they don't have. I don't know. It's
I mean,
just.
it's not about like here's the thing. Like I don't need to like. I'm just saying like I would like for the world to be fleshed out more post Endgame before we get into Secret Wars. Like I want to have a team that we care about. Because think about it, with the Infinity Saga, we got two Avengers movies where we got to know those characters and we got to understand their group dynamic, right? If we don't get any Avengers before Kang Dynasty, we're just gonna jump into that movie, have to establish this team, be like, how is the chemistry gonna work? How is the team dynamic gonna work? It's like just like I don't know. It's just one of those things. I'm just like I wish they would have just done like another Avengers movie before those two. Honestly,
I mean, yeah, it's kind of messy right now, and I don't know. I'm just hoping like by the time King Dynasty comes out, like they'll. I mean,
I don't know if
I don't.
they're still gonna make it. And they might just kind of sidestep it a little bit and shift right into Secret Wars.
Honestly, I for one just feel like I've been saying, I'm just excited for just a couple films. Deadpool 3 all day long. That's all. That's whatever. I'll see them. I'll see them all. Don't get me wrong. I'll see them all, but like Deadpool 3 so far is the only film I'm like heck yeah, I'll skip work for day one. That's how I see it. You know.
Um, do y'all to bring it back to like the main three? Do you think that Miss Marvel's going to go back to a show, or do you think she's going to be movies full time?
I can see I can kind of see both in a way, kind of. I don't know.
You think are we getting a Miss Marvel season 2? Did they confirm that?
No, I mean they don't. They're not really
They
like.
never
They're
officially
not
announced.
really clear cut on that stuff. You know,
Yeah,
they're not
they
really.
never
Like,
officially announced it, but the last rumor was that it might not be happening.
Loki got a season 2.
Well, there is also some small. Well, there's not small, but controversy surrounding the father casting too. That this was filmed before that hit. I think.
Oh yeah, I heard a
Wait,
little
what?
bit of
There's
that.
there's controversy. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I
What?
don't know. It's an accusation, so I don't want to talk too much about
Yeah,
it. But
let's not really
yeah,
delve
yeah,
into that. I heard
but
controversy about that, and I think that
yeah,
really
I don't.
didn't go anywhere really.
Well, it's still treated seriously, but I don't know if that's why they're also not like rushing into season 2 before that plays out too, because they're also dealing with the Jonathan Majors thing. I don't
Oh
know.
my.
I think
That would
that
be a.
there is some. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was about to say that would be a shame because once again that's some of my favorite stuff from Miss Marvel was the family stuff and the family stuff in this movie was really good. I think they did a really good job, like translating stuff from the show and putting it into the film. And there's once again some of my favorite moments as far as like humor is from the family. Um, there was one scene specifically that actually made me laugh. It's a random little joke. It's not even a big deal, but like when Nick Fury and Miss Marvel's family is falling in that ship, and then Kamala's brother is like doing like this prayer, whatever,
Oh,
and
the
then
praying part, that
yeah,
was
and
funny.
Nick's like, "Are you praying?" And he's like,
Oh,
he
that
stops. He's
was
like, "No, keep
Yeah,
going because we're
yeah,
gonna
no.
need
keep
it."
We need
going.
everything. Yeah, that was a great one.
He
Yeah,
says,
yeah,
"Amen."
that was good.
I'm like,
Oh yeah, I forgot Sam, like Nick Fury, like Sam Jackson. I mean, he doesn't have a that much of a role in the movie, but like anytime he pops in, I smile. I mean,
I thought he was
I
great in
think
it.
that's part of the problem with the movies and the shows together, because I'm assuming because they were developing this and his show at the same time, they limited what character development he get besides a few jokes here and there, because they're like, we're going to make sure this doesn't impact Secret Invasion anymore. He's going to have some growth in Secret Invasion. You know what I mean? So when you do that, because the first movie was like Captain Marvel the focus, but it was also there was a lot of there's a lot of Nick Fury in there, and I think they kind of took his character down a little bit of a notch because of the spin-off show.
well, with me not watching Secret Invasion, I can still follow the movie fine with Nick
Yeah, yeah.
Fury. Like I don't even know like.
Yeah, but they might have had
Question though.
if Secret Invasion didn't exist, they might put a little bit more plot points in there for Nick Fury.
But
That's where you like dilute things so much that they might have had some a growth moment for Nick Fury's character or on his journey, where they saved
that's
it
what
for
I'm
Secret Invasion.
yeah, that's what I'm wondering though. As far as like in the timeline, where does this fit? Does this take place after Secret Invasion? Because it doesn't feel like it does. Because like he's not with the scrolls, so it's
Yeah,
like
it's like it's weird.
yeah. And then wasn't this movie supposed to come out before Secret Invasion
I
initially?
I think it came
It
out
got delayed. Yeah,
originally. I think supposed to come out in July of this year, but it got pushed back just to give more time. You know, like when they were had their own shakeup at the time. Um, I don't know. These movies have been shifting so many dates at this point. I just lost track, and I don't even care if they're like continuing off whatever they
that
left
might
off
also
last
be
time.
why the editing seems choppy. Because even my wife said it seems a little choppy
Yeah,
at
like
places.
from the
That might
first,
you don't know why they took out and removed, just like the
well,
DC movies when they
even when they're
switch.
like
This one comes out before this show. They might have
well,
removed a few
or
things.
even like the editing in this movie is a little weird because like when they were teleporting, when they teleport, they don't show you where they at. They just show you where they're at now. Like they don't show them like entering whatever they're teleporting. They just
Right,
like, oh wait, yeah, Kamala is in space, and then she's suddenly back home. I'm like, that doesn't make
right.
any what? I mean,
There was
I get it. She teleported, but like we didn't see it. It
yeah.
felt really weird.
Yeah, there was like some choppy scenes like that. There was one scene that stood out to me, that not a lot of people were talking about. But you remember when that planet where the scrolls were at, where all the buildings were falling, and they were trying to help all the scrolls, get out safely. There was one scene where Kamala was building like a bridge with her powers to help the scrolls slide down, and then Carol and Kamala switched powers when Carol was using her powers, and then Kamala got switched to be on the ship because that's where Carol was. And so I was thinking, okay, wait a minute. So Kamala was busy making that bridge thing for the scrolls, and then when Kamala switched with her, is the bridge still there? Did the scrolls fall to their deaths? Like,
Yeah, we didn't see that stuff, and then they were like, she was yeah, they were in a bridge. She did the whole like little slide thing, like the scrolls to slide down. I'm just like, I, I, I don't know. It's so much. The editing is just a little choppy to me, but I still like this movie. But it's just so you can tell there's so many weird cuts.
very weird stuff. And it's like there's some blockheaded things, or it's like when they're first finding out that they're switching powers, and then they sit down, and like when Bree gets teleported into Kamala's house for the third time, and that's when Nick and Monica was there. And then they break down what's going on with their powers, and they say specifically not to use your powers right now. What does Carol do instantly? I'm gonna use my powers to go somewhere. I'm like, you just. And then she's like, "Oh, what the heck happened?" Of course, we just explained that you guys are switching powers. You probably shouldn't be using your powers right now. I'm like, it's blockheaded stuff like that that's going on too. But yeah, I mean, if there if there isn't anything left to talk about it, I guess we could start closing things out with
It
the
Oh,
does
rest.
What
oh,
did
feel
we
I,
think
I
weird.
just
about
meant.
the length?
Oh, I
Sorry,
think it's
Max.
no. I think for this type of movie, if it's not like epic quality, it's not like the top tier superhero movies. This is a good length. Like there's nothing worse. Because I love the movie. I had a lot of fun, but there's nothing worse than in the general public an average movie that goes on for 3 hours. Like it has to be really a great movie to keep their attention that long. So that might also help help it make some more money than it might not have. The length, and it's an easy watch. It's an easy watch whether you think it has issues or not. So yeah, I'm fine with it. I do kind of think when they changed the release date, they may have taken things out here and there, and that might be why it seems a little sloppier than normal. Is
I
my
mean, yeah, I thought the runtime was fine. I was concerned about it at first, but like seeing how the story flowed. I mean, and that's flowed is a strong word to use with this film. But as far as seeing how everything was paced, I was expecting it to be a lot worse. And I it didn't really bother me. Could they have used 20 more minutes to flesh out the villain more? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Could they use a little more time to maybe develop Miss Marvel and Monica more, since this is their first time on the big screen like this? Yes, absolutely. But for what they were doing is, it's a very straightforward type of movie. It's not too intricate or deep. They were just, I didn't expect for it to be like over 2 hours or anything like that. But it could have just been a solid 2 hours. I would have been fine with it. But the hour and 45, it was okay.
hmm.
Um,
I might see it again before it leaves theaters. I'm thinking about, although you said it's leaving IMAX, so I'm like, oh man, I
It's
want to
leaving the
slam.
premium. Yeah, it's leaving premium screens next weekend because Hunger Games is taking over all the premium screens, and then Disney's Wish comes out and Napoleon comes out, and
And
that's
I
what.
am seeing Wish week 1. Rhea suggested, that's her birthday week.
oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Her
man.
Yeah,
her
that's
wish
good.
is for
Yeah,
everyone to see Wish.
I think
Well,
I
my
think
son's
with
gonna go see
this
Napoleon, so I'm probably gonna go see
I
both.
think with this month, really, I'm more excited for Wish. Honestly, I'm really interested in seeing that movie. Napoleon, I might go see because that looked pretty interesting. But yeah, Wish is the one I'm actually really looking forward to go see. I mean, I was looking forward to this movie. It's one, but I think my expectations were kind of met with this movie.
Okay. Anything else, guys, want to bring up?
Support the owl.
I think
Great stream. I love when he takes the reins and hosts one of these because he's way more organized than I am. Thank you so much, DL. Great job.
Appreciate it. I'm glad you guys could be on here. It's
yeah, this
great
was
that
a good thing, good conversation.
we're all talking about it. So, um, hopefully we could do this again soon. But let us get into our closing thoughts. Overall, I mean, yeah, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This movie is a mess. This movie is all over the place. It's weirdly edited. You could tell there's some stuff that was possibly cut out. The villain is extremely weak, extremely weak. But I don't know. For me, for some reason, I enjoyed watching this. I expected to completely hate this. I was expecting to come on here and yell for like 2 hours of how terrible this movie is, but like I don't know. This movie was a lot more charming than I thought it was going to be. The three main leads, like, they're really, really good. I know everyone's saying Kamala Khan stole the movie, and you're not wrong. She's probably the strongest character in the movie, but I'm going to give more credit to Carol and Monica because I thought they had some really good scenes here. They have some really good
I
chemistry
really,
with all
yeah,
three.
Brie really gave her best effort here to try to adapt what were constructive criticisms from the first one and not, I give her a lot of credit for giving her best.
Yep.
She tried.
And
I feel she was trying.
I love how Monica like rised up or to be like this sort of like big sister for Kamala as well, and she was
Yes.
just really like nurturing, and yeah, like she established like psychological trust with her like early on, and even the parents were just like, yeah, we don't trust Carol, but we trust Monica. So I was just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I liked all that. The character moments were actually pretty solid in here. The moments that we did have. Could we have used more of it? Yeah, absolutely. But what they gave me, I was happy with it. I really was. Between Carol and Monica, and Carol and Kamala, as we just talked about, and even Monica and Kamala, like all that stuff. I love that running joke of trying to give Monica a code name too. It's like Professor Marvel. It's like nope. And it's like I was waiting for them to say photon. Like I was like, wait, this photon is coming. Somebody say photon, and they didn't say it in here. So
Well,
I was
that
like,
was the weird thing. I was waiting for it too, and then they said later on she suggested photon. I'm like, no, she didn't say it.
eh,
I
she
was
did.
waiting for her to say it.
Nope. I was looking for it. I was looking for it, but it didn't happen. Maybe they're gonna wait to call her that the next time we see her. Um, but yeah. So I mean, I thought the action was really cool. There was some really creative stuff with the teleportation stuff. Um, and okay, yeah, like we kind of disagree on some of the funny moments. Like some of us like the musical planet and the Florkin scene. Some of us didn't like
I
it.
love that scene.
I
I
don't know.
honestly did.
I acknowledge it is both of those scenes are very dumb, and it's like it does feel like filler, but like for some reason I like both of those scenes. I thought they were funny, but to each his own. Um, I guess this is just gonna be a guilty pleasure for me. It's like I feel like I almost with you, Max, that I feel like I want to go see this one more time before other
Hmm.
stuff starts to
They
come
could
in.
use your help. Yeah, if you liked it, they could use your help.
Yeah. It is a shame though. It is. I really. I'm hoping
See
it's not.
see where it ends. See where it ends.
Yeah. See
Let's
where it
see it
ends.
next weekend. See how that is quite an obstacle. Is Hunger Games
Yeah.
the prequel.
Right. So only time will tell. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm glad I was surprised. Um. So yeah, you guys can't accuse me of being a Brie Larson hater now because of all the stuff we said here tonight. So I think I am going to give the Marvels
A 10 out of 10.
no.
Oh,
It's probably
Some
going to
good
be
ass shit.
B minus. That's what I'm going to give it.
Okay, some good ass shit then. Here you go.
There you go. What is your final grade, Rhea?
Yeah, I think I agree with Max. 7 out of 10. It's weird because I was like, I don't want to like dwell on this too much, but I gave Creator a 7 out of 10 as well, but for different reasons. I don't want to like dive into the
well, you were wrong
psychology
on that
about it.
one, Rhea. I mean, you're wrong every once in
Okay,
a while.
I'll
I'm
take
just
the
kidding.
L, but yeah, like anyway, that's what I give for this specific movie, The Marvels.
Cool. What'd you give it, Max?
I think I gave it a 7 or an 8 out of 10. Maybe I gave it an 8, but 7 or 8. I think it's a lot of fun. It surpassed my expect. I also wasn't expecting much. I think it surpassed in certain things, and I give a lot of respect to Amon Villani. I forget the actress's name that plays Monica Rambeau, and then Brie. I really think she took the constructive criticism, ignored all the haters, and actually tried to work to make her character better. I just wish the story was a slightly higher caliber and a better villain. But I think it's a lot of fun, and you should see it if you like superhero movies.
Mm. Oh, by the way, did you guys like that goatee that the villain was wearing? I'm like, why is she wearing grills? What's going
Oh, she
on?
did have bro. I forgot about
She
that. She
did. I'm
did.
like, what the
Wait,
hell?
who had grills?
The villain.
The villain
Darvin,
had,
I think that's her name.
Oh, I
Darben,
don't. She is so forgettable. I didn't wasn't paying attention to nothing.
yeah.
Wasn't paying attention to
I think
anything.
I think the problem is with the Kree. The Kree are not very exciting
They're
my
not.
screen.
And
Because
then
even Ronan, like Ronan, I didn't really. Well, you can't see him because of green screen. That's on my little Ronan figure that I got out of
oh,
Lineback.
okay.
But Ronan the Accuser, even though I love Guardians 1, Ronan wasn't a great villain either.
No. And then why are some this is a nitpicking thing I know, but why is some Kree blue and then some Kree, regular skin color?
I thought they were all blue, which is
No,
whatever.
they're not. It's like it's very weird, but
They're of
it
different planets, cultures, right? They're not just one.
they might be immigrants because or something
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
citizens of other
is
planets or something.
so Darben an immigrant or
She might be from one of the worlds the Kree conquered and brought to their planet. Maybe I don't know. I don't.
Oh, one other thing I just thought of before we get RJ and Blue Jays final grade. Did you? I noticed in the marketing they were also building up that she was going to be like a successor to Thanos because there was that one line of there was always someone to
What-
continue. There
Where
was
did you
always
see that? Where
because
did you see that?
they
Final
show
trailer.
TV
The final trailer hyped her up as like she's gonna be like Thanos, like a Thanos level threat.
Really? I didn't
Yeah,
see
the
that.
final
Yeah,
See,
there
trailer.
was
I did not see. I only watched the final trailer after I saw the movie to see how everybody was talking about it. I was like,
Darben, one of the greatest comic book villains of all
yeah,
time.
Thanos
Darben.
and Dorbin.
yeah,
That's a
there was this
stupid
one
ass
line
name.
that Thanos said in the marketing that she said there's always going to be someone to continue my work, and then they showed Darben, so it's like, oh,
Really?
yes,
They did that?
they did that.
Yes,
Yes,
I think they did get desperate when they saw the pre-sale numbers that they were like,
Oh
let's put
yeah,
something
yeah,
in.
Darbin. Yeah, the most the successor to Thanos got uh, crusted by her own stupidity.
like seriously, like good job there. Successor to Thanos, love it. But let's go to your final grade, Blue Jay.
Oh me?
Yeah, that's you. Yep.
We need the light show. Where's the light
Oh
show?
yeah, yeah. Just this movie's I like this movie. It's a little it's batshit insane. Honestly, it's better than Captain Marvel. I mean, it's the first one. The first movie was. I mean, I'll take a batshit insane sequel over a very bland, not very emotional, but kind of pretty looking movie going on. But at least, well, Captain Marvel at least is a pretty looking movie. I think this movie is a teeny bit inferior visually wise, just the way it kind of looked at points. Um, the three leads are great, mostly Ms. Marvel. Some of the action scenes, particularly the fight at Ms. Marvel's house, was like, man, the camera work, man.
Hmm.
You gotta give them props, man. You know how to film action.
Yep.
Um,
Nia did her thing. Nia did her thing.
yep, and but the freaking singing. I mean, the singing planet was just. I was just watching. I was like, okay. When is
Don't
Darwin
hate
going to
until you
show up and
try
blow
it.
shit up?
Why sing talking is wonderful.
Well, yeah, but like, true. But when you're watching, I was looking at my watch, I was like, When is Darby gonna blow shit up
I
anytime
really
soon?
like that because it was able to showcase this Bree. She was a singer before
Well,
she got
yeah,
an
yeah,
acting.
sure.
Hold on. I gotta look. I like Brie Larson in this movie, but her singing was not good. It
Oh,
was
come on.
not good. This is coming from a theater person, by the way, so I'm probably good.
Oh,
I'm
I didn't
probably
know you
being
were a
harsh
theater
on it.
person.
I
Uh,
am. Yeah, I did performing arts growing up. Um,
cool, cool.
but yeah, I'm sorry. Her singing was like it was almost Emma Watson level bad. I'm like, no,
Whoa, wait a
dude.
second. Emma Watson bad
Yeah,
from the
Beauty and the
Beast?
Beast.
Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah,
No,
she was. It was not good, bruh.
I'm
It was not
leaving.
good. Sorry. No. I, oh, okay. There goes Max. But
No,
anyway,
I think well, her singing was fine, whatever. But yeah, there's some batshit insane moments in it. But I would probably watch this more. I guess you could say I would watch this. Like, I guess in terms of like Marvel films of 2023, this is the second best. Guardians 3 on top, Ant Man Quantumania bottom. Which I like Quantumania
What was it,
fine, but
Thor 5? Or Thor
I like
4
Quantumania
come out
okay.
too there?
Um, Darbin, whatever that name is stupid. Darbin, they're
Darpan.
very, very intimidating. You guys, yeah, Darbin is. She is just not a good villain. Like she is a worse. Malekith from Thor 2 is a better villain than freaking Darbin. Okay,
Woo! That is saying something too.
I'm just
Thor 2's good movie.
Okay, where's that hot take thing? Where's that hot
It's a
take?
good movie. That has the best family stuff for Thor. The Loki
yeah,
and
that's
Thor
my hot. Like,
relationship
yeah,
Sure.
and
Malekith.
Odin and his mother, that has the best story stuff with Thor's family.
Yeah, Malekith is a
Sure.
better villain than, but at least Malekith is threatening looking. Darwin just like who is this crazy chick? I mean, like, but
Uh,
all in all, I like this movie. I if I were to give I would give the first movie like a rating like a 6 out of 10. I would give this movie like a 7 out of 10.
oh, okay.
Not no not like the I mean, people are gonna say it on Twitter, the greatest comic book movie of all time. Like, dude, when I first saw, like, really, when a movie dropped, and I saw those tweets, I'm like, well, here we go, folks. So yeah, all in all, I'm just waiting for Deadpool 3. I'm just waiting for Deadpool 3.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, RJ, what was your final grade and thoughts?
So I just do a number score. I don't do the letters because the letters get kind of
I have
confusing.
numbers on my thing too, so I'll do
Yeah.
it to you.
Um, I'm leaning between a 5 or a 6, and I don't know where to go, to be honest.
5
So
or 6.
yeah, it's either a 5 or a 6. I think for right now, I'll go with the 6 out of 10.
Oh,
But it's fluctuating. Like I said, this movie's a hot mess. The story's a mess. The villain's horrible. It's got two really cringy parts, but there are some good elements in the movie. I think all the
They
actors
should
do
have
it.
combined the Flurkins with the Singing Planet. It would have been amazing.
No, God, no.
mm, nope.
All the actors do a good job. I think the characters are very nice. There's like I said, like I think they give each of the three leads enough to do. I just wish that they could have expanded upon some of the character moments and some of the character arcs, more screen time. I think this movie did need to be a little bit longer. I think another 15 to 20 minutes actually would have helped a little bit. Um, just to allow for more story and more scenes between the characters. But like I said, it's fine. It's middle of the road Marvel. It's an average Marvel movie, an average comic book movie. It's nothing really special, nothing really horrible either. It's just right down the middle.
All right. Well, that is our thoughts on the Marvels. Tell us out there, what did you guys think about it? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was okay? How does this compare to the other Marvel films you loved and hated? Is this better than Captain Marvel? Is it worse than Captain Marvel? Have you seen Miss Marvel and WandaVision? How does it compare to those? Comment your thoughts down below and let us know. I want to thank Rhea, Max, RJ, and Blue Jay for being here. It was a very fun discussion. I'm sorry for being late once again. I don't like being late, but glad we were all here
Very,
anyway.
very unprofessional. Don't ever pull one of those again. Don't pull a DL.
No, it's still a Max thing.
Don't pull a DL. No, that's what it is.
Naps
No.
are more important than
Yeah,
streaming.
once he does his spoiler streams for Aquaman 2, man, I'm gonna hold him against that. I'm gonna hold him over his head over that. I'm gonna say let's do a timer when DL becomes late. 50 minutes later.
Now I'm definitely going to be like on guard. I'm going to have alarms for every time I take a nap. But yeah, I actually wake up to my alarms.
Max.
But if you guys enjoyed this stream, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to both channels. If you're watching on MME, don't forget to subscribe to MME if you haven't already. And I would very appreciate it if you go to my channel. You can go hit the link below. It'll take you to my channel as well. But if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, you enjoy what I do, please subscribe. Please like. It'll help me in the algorithm. I lost 500 subscribers for some reason. I'm at 492 for some reason. We just had a whole 500 subscriber stream and I lost it already. So I'm like, what luck is that? But if y'all can help me get back to 500, that would be great. Much
Absolutely.
appreciative.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Oh wow, definitely always late. Okay, all right.
Funny.
Wait a minute. You can't accuse me of that. I am not always late. This is a one
Always
time
late.
thing.
Don't never pull a DL.
I'm
Very
going to use
unprofessional.
that. I'm going to use that.
Don't you dare. Don't
I'm going to use that.
you dare.
When
No.
I'm saying when I come in the stream, when Aquaman 2 drops, I'm gonna do a timer. Okay, 20 minutes later, definitely always late.
We're lucky we
Okay.
decided to show up at all.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I appreciate you guys
yeah.
sticking around, even though I was late. So also don't forget to subscribe to Raya the Glimmering Harpy, and don't forget to subscribe to Resident Justice. Don't subscribe to Aqua Cinema. Screw that. But I'm just kidding.
Whoa, hold on.
Subscribe to Aqua Cinema as well. They all have some great content, so go ahead and support them. But anyway, that's all we have for you Marvel fans, and we will see you guys next time. Talk to you guys later. Higher, further, faster, baby.
All right. Thank you guys.
Hold on. Wait. I forgot one thing. The next project I will be talking about is Loki season 2. We will be doing a spoiler stream for that. If you guys want to come on for that, just let me know. We can do that.
Okay.
But that's the next one we're going to talk about.
Sure.
But
By the
anyway,
way, the strikes might be continuing.
huh? What'd you say?
I think the strikes might be continuing.
Oh
Wait,
no!
Oh Jesus fucking Christ!
I know.
Well,
I
no.
knew people jumped the gun when they were
Well,
like,
no,
"Oh,
because
it's
like
over."
I'm looking right now. SAG posted their summary of the deal, and I'm seeing a bunch of actors in the union say they're voting no because of the AI thing.
Oh,
They said-
really?
yes. Yeah,
I
you
thought
can look
this
at
was
the post.
done.
Well, no, because they have to vote to ratify the deal.
Oh.
But if the actors don't vote yes to it, then it means that the deal will not be approved.
Oh boy. Sticks wanted to be in on this Loki one.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I'm reading some actors and voice actors are like saying, and other actors in the union are saying they're not going to vote yes to agree to it. So,
It's just starting to get people back.
I'm just saying, keep an eye out on it because if a large portion votes no, then it won't be ratified. It won't be approved. So,
My
We'll see what
God.
happens.
I
Let's
was
not
almost
overreact.
very
Let's not overreact.
happy.
I
Yeah,
didn't
let's
realize it wasn't voted on yet. I thought it was.
yeah,
I
they
thought
have
it
to
was-
vote to approve it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Man, just get. I'm at the point. Just
Wow, what a down.
I'm-
Thanks a lot, RJ.
Wait, are we live?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
we,
I thought
yeah.
we were
Yeah.
no. I was
Oh,
hi.
no.
Sorry, I didn't want to end the
Hi.
show. Down.
Oh, Raya, you didn't know we were
You
still
didn't
live
even know
either?
either. You didn't even know.
No, I
either.
had no clue. And I'm like, people are responding.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, but anyway, okay, we're gonna end the show now. Bye,
Well,
everybody.
good. You